Hello YouTube, welcome back to the channel. I certainly do appreciate it. So, they've been hiding in plain sight the whole time. Well, at least now we know who they are. I'm Tad, let's talk about it. That's right guys, they've been hiding right in front of us. I know you're hearing a lot in the news. If you hadn't heard, I don't know how you haven't, about the college campus, Palestinian protests, Israel protests, etc. Stick with me because I think I've got a different take on this whole situation. As a prepper, this is how I'm looking at it. I'll be honest, I think they're all just a bunch of useful idiots. They really don't know what they're doing or what they're doing it for. But, if you look right here, in this article right here, Dmitry Medvedev called or wished that the United States would dive into a civil war quickly. All right, keep that in mind. Let's also keep in mind there's an election coming up this year. We know what happened in 2020. We got through those riots issues. I think this is different. I believe what happened with Hamas and Israel was a catalyst for something much bigger. Look at these universities and how much foreign money is being pumped into them. Now, you take these Palestinian supporters that are running around yelling death to America on American soil, death to Jews, death to Israel. And the biggest thing that gets me, I understand before we go any further, yes, everybody has a right to free speech and freedom to assemble and protest, but, big but, do not impede on anybody else's freedoms to do that. Do not block traffic. Do not threaten other people. And just like in 2020, that they had the right to do the same thing, but yet they took it to a whole nother level, and I think that was extreme also. But that was more of a domestic issue. You do know, in some countries, some three-letter agencies like to stir up trouble amongst the youth because it's an advantage for whatever they want the outcome to be. Regime change or destabilization. Where's the money coming from? There's a lot of Middle Eastern money that's being pushed into these colleges. And who is funding all of these protests, these activists that are coming in? Who is riling up this all over the country? I don't think it's organic. I think it's organized. And as a prepper, that's what I'm looking at. I'm looking at destabilization because right now, our president, he can't condemn any of it hardly because he needs a lot of the Middle Eastern vote. So we have that going. It's an election year. And I just believe a lot of these kids are, there again. I'm not calling them terrorists, but when they tell me they're Hamas, I'm going to take them at their word. I really am. Because if you are so confused to believe and to support an organization that did what they did, burn babies in ovens alive, mutilate women, kill innocent civilians. You take the politics out of what's going on and has been going on between Israel and Palestine forever and amen, but still, Israel was attacked by Hamas. And for you to stand in America and proclaim yourself, I am Hamas, then to me, you're a terrorist. To me, the Department of Homeland Security should be booting you out of this country. What if the deep pockets that are funding all this, a lot of people are looking at it just like a bunch of disgruntled youngins blowing off steam. Well, I'm not. I'm looking at the way three-letter agencies do it in different countries. And I'm seeing the same things behind this. There's tons of money that's being used here to fund these and to prop these things up. And who is whispering in whose ear to stir up more and more trouble? I think if you're running a college and you're letting one faction threaten another faction, I think you should lose your job. I think that is weak leadership, unless you're being paid off. So my problem with it is, a lot of people are saying, well, it's just on the college campuses. True, and that is correct. But they are starting to clog up streets and different things like that. But what if some of these terrorist wannabes, as they dress up like it's Halloween and run around proclaim they're Hamas, what if one of these useful idiots actually, joins the other side and causes something? Or she could get a few of their friends together at different colleges across the nation to go out and do something to the infrastructure. We don't know. And hopefully I'm wrong. And hopefully this is a blip on the radar and it'll go away. I'm not here to stir up a bunch of fear. I'm just trying to give you another way to think of this critically and without all the media input. Yes, you need to keep up with it and pay attention to it. I'm just trying to give you another way of looking at it. I know the United States, you remember the Arab Spring? The United States was funding that pretty heavily because we wanted changes over there, but we didn't want our fingerprints on it. We wanted it to look organic. And a lot of people are looking at this like, oh, it's organic. Seems very organized to me. I think it takes a lot of money. I think somebody's in there whispering. I think these colleges are beholden to a lot of factions that donate a lot of money to them. And I believe they have to stand down to an extent. Not all colleges, not all, but some. And it's endangering Jewish students that just want to go to college. It's gotten so bad they're making hybrid classes. You don't even have to come to class. It's gotten so bad, we're just going to let the inmates run the asylum. Everybody stay home until they cool off. Well, what if they don't cool off? What if it does spread? What if some of these sympathizers really do become radicalized? I mean, you got to be pretty damn depraved if you run around saying, I support Hamas and I'm with Hamas, I am Hamas, and you're on American soil? I don't know, guys. Times are strange. And it just so happens that, there's going to be an election in 194 days from today. And this is happening. As a prepper, I try to look at things critically. Not paranoid. Not fearful. I don't preach fear. I preach prepping, so we do not have to fear tomorrow. But we still have to be open-minded and kind of see beyond, what could be happening, and look at motivations of people, motivations of groups. Is Iran motivating? Our borders are wide open. How many people have come over that could possibly be influencing some of this? We don't know. We don't know. You got Director Wray up there, and he's talking about, telling Congress about, I've never seen so many red flags at one time going on. Well, if you're seeing so many red flags, are you doing anything about it? Maybe you are, maybe you're just not telling us. I see red flags when I see people, running around dressed up like a bunch of Middle Eastern terrorists and claiming to be Hamas in the United States. If you're prepping, that should bother you. It should get you thinking. Is this something that could, you know, trigger something else? Are we prepared for that as a country? Are we geared up for that? Does Russia, after what Medvedev said, does Russia have some influence here? Does Iran, Palestine, Hamas, Hezbollah? We don't know. But I certainly do not think it's organic. Not at all. I believe you need to be watching this situation, having it on your radar, not to be fearful of it, be mindful of it, be thinking critically about it, the things you hear, the things you see. Have an open mind, guys, because to me it looks like they've just been hiding in plain sight, and then they just came out and told us who they are. This country, guys, I'm telling you, it's not the America it should be. But anyway, I hope you guys are doing good. I just thought I'd drop that off for you. Until next time, I'm Ted. We will talk about it. Thanks for watching. Have a great day.